Good day, welcome to the States. There is a conversation going on in the country and we'll discuss it this afternoon. The show is sponsored by Christian Service University. Christian Service University is located in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. Courses they offer include nursing, midwifery, communication studies, business administration, planning, and other events and programs that are ongoing there. When you are interested, you will follow us soon. My name is 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀
The Christian Service University, a fully chartered private university in Ghana, is inviting applications for admission. Undergraduate programs include BSc Nursing and Midwifery, Computer Science, Information Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, BA Communication Studies, Planning and Social Development, and Theology with Administration. Postgraduate programs include MSc in Accounting and Finance, Monitoring and Evaluation, Corporate Planning and Governance. We have MA MPhil Communication Studies, MA Christian Ministry with Management, Event Management, MPhil English and Mathematics Education. With quality, faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, we blend academic work with entrepreneurial mindset in all our programs. For more information, please call 0246 275375, 0240 154825, or 0244 596603, or visit our website www.csuc.edu.gh. CSU is located at Odenaho Kwadaso on the Kumasi-Obuasi Road, 100 meters off Star Junction. Choose CSU today to secure the future of Africa.
And to make him better known. That's
Sorry, not sure.
Wake up to a purposeful day.
Get ready for a transformational morning experience.
𝗟𝗓𝗩 Shrine is here to build our spirituality, mental and physical well-being.
Through positive, inspiring actions and stories.
We bring you exciting activities and conversations that develop us as a people and as a nation.
We take a look at the trending issues in Ghana and the rest of the world.
And we also review the impacting stories from our local newspapers.
Every morning, we bring you stories of hope, change, and renewal.
We empower you through the Word of God and provoke you to live the purposeful life destined for you.
Join us, Anita Kwaku
and the Reverend Ajika Vincent Agbamanya, Monday to Friday from 5:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we take you on an inspiring journey, live and exclusively on WTV.
You may also join us on Facebook at WTV Ghana and on YouTube at Wesleyan TV Ghana.
𝗟𝗓𝗩 Shrine.
Wake up to a purposeful day.
𝗟𝗓𝗩 Shrine is brought to you by
Danwell Insurance, Multi-Credit Savings and Loan,
and the Methodist University Ghana.
Welcome back. Let us quickly do W Briefs. On W Briefs, we give you an executive summary of the topic for discussion, the topic under consideration. We flesh it out so that you appreciate and understand what is going on. The great Martin Luther King Jr. once said, and I quote, he says that, "Let us learn to live at peace with one another. Because if we don't do that, we will perish as fools, unquote. Again, St. Martin Luther King Jr. says that peace is not a destination, but a journey. As the stakes are high for the 2012 presidential and parliamentary elections in December, the major political parties are at it again. They are at it, contending for the minds and souls of voters. They will throw anything just to get that one vote, to get and clinch at power. Yesterday, or just a few days ago, if you remember, the national chairman of the National Democratic Congress, the major opposition in the country, says that they are not going to commit to the peace pact this year. A few minutes ago, the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party has issued a strong-worded statement asking the National Democratic Party or National Democratic Congress Party to really consider their decision, and they accuse them of beating the war drums. But there is hope. There is a glimmer of hope. The statutory established institution, non-partisan, independent, and mandated to promote peace, understanding, and reconciliation is the National Peace Council. Is the National Peace Council worried about the throw of accusations, the throw of violence in the air? It is the same institution that initiated a practice in 2012, the Peace Pact. The Peace Pact gets the political parties to commit openly to the peaceful process during the campaign, that they will not be violent. This afternoon, we are going to discuss the issue of peace, pursuing peace in the midst of mistrust. We're going to look at it, and we'll be joined by a distinguished guest qualified to handle this topic. I take a quick break, and I'll be back to introduce my guest to you. Stay with me.
Nyansa ejian mpenina no anaye gye mpenina no ti ba bibiara mpenifo ahia na yesua adwene no ne open nyansa no oben wa ode agudie kira adwene mu agudie ene kofie penu sa adwene nsemu mu odo nzempolo Samwa ye tie bobra ekoyie frase efifrito ne a open nyansa no omengwankwa enu ase ne mpani so ayadwene ne be nhira amano ene ne nchirima yada mo ase
da impanyini inso ayadwene jemre na hweyen memninde ne memninde bia anopa no wotwe wo Wesleyant television so.
Welcome back. On the stage this afternoon, we are looking at peace and the election that we are entering into. We are looking at pursuing peace in the midst of mistrust among the major political parties. The show is always sponsored by Christian Service University, which is an evangelical arts institution established 50 years ago to train men and women with ethical values for transformational leadership in Africa. Admissions for 2024-2025 academic year is in progress for undergraduate and postgraduate programs. CSU offers dynamic academic industry-driven programs in nursing, midwifery, business administration, communication, planning, and computer science. For more information, you can contact the administration relations officers on the following numbers: 0246275375, 0240154 or 02444966603, or visit our website on www.csuc.edu.gh. Choose CSU today to secure the future of Africa. CSU, the university of choice. And I welcome our guests to the studio to have this wonderful conversation. And I hope viewers, you are standing by because it promises to be an interesting and lively one. Mr. George Amo, Executive Secretary, National Peace Council. Sir, good to have you.
Good to have you too.
And you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful. So first off, for your preliminary comments on my introduction, you realize that the major opposition party is saying that they won't commit lately to the pact. How did you take the news?
Okay, thank you very much, and greetings to our cherished viewers across the country. The Methodist Church and the Wesleyan Television, I think, covers a whole lot of areas in the country, and it is a platform. As a member of the Methodist Church, I cherish, to be here. Yes, the chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Honorable Johnson Asiedu-Nketia, is alleged to have made some comments. Yesterday, I gave a granted interview to one of your sister stations, The Joy News. And before then, I asked them to give me a copy of the claims. And when I listened to it, not once, not twice, about 3 times, I never heard him say that the NDC was not going to sign to the peace declaration. I never heard that.
In the tape that
yes.
you...
Yes, I never heard that. And I also listened to him on TV, and I didn't hear that as well. I think what I heard is to the effect that the peace declaration, as he put it, is not giving the usefulness that they expect, or the impact that they expect the peace declaration to make. That is not happening. And for that matter, they don't, whether they sign it or not sign it, there is no impact, I think. So he gave some grounds for, making those statements, which we believe are legitimate grounds. And therefore, we have kept, engaging the NDC and the MPP after the 2020 elections. What we did, probably let me tell you, Ni, after the 2020 elections, we all realized the unfortunate destructions of property and some lives. Unfortunately, I think we lost some 8.
Yeah, we lost eight people.
These occurrences unfortunately happened in 5 constituencies. Savlugu, Odududio here in Accra, Ewutu Senya in the central region, Kaswa specifically, Techiman South, and which other place? Ablekuma. Yes. So what the Peace Council will do in terms of our mandate is to engage, and that we did very well. I can tell you, just after the elections, we engaged with all these 5 constituencies I've mentioned to ensure we're able to bring the parties who were affected to dialogue. And we did that. We've been there on 2 occasions in each of the places. So we came up with some important feedback, which helped us to organize a national conference in Adan.
I see.
And at that conference, where almost all the key political actors you can think of in the country were assembled there for 3 days, we were able to bring the Secretary General of the Commonwealth Secretariat to be our guest speaker. And at that conference, the country, let me so speak, gave the Peace Council some key recommendations to implement after the 2020 elections. So those recommendations, I can tell you today and report to the whole nation that we have implemented every one of them. One was to get the NDC back to the IPAC mechanism, which we did together. I mean, with them. I mean, they did so well as well. December, if you remember, December 14th last year at 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, the NDC declared their intention to go back to IPAC, and they have been very active since then. The other was to set up a kind of a mechanism where the parties were brought together from time to time to dialogue on issues of national interest. That we have set up. We will meet quarterly, and all the political parties, the 11 registered ones, are always there.
I see.
Yes.
But then, how come? I would just want you to tell us a bit about the Peace Council, because all these, until now, I want to believe that most Ghanaians didn't know you were behind the NDC returning to IPAC. But I wanted to ask you that, or even confirm, that the flag bearer of the NDC, on the store and the voter region hall, has said that the 𝗟𝗜𝗩𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧 pronouncement is not a decision of the party. They not sat down to say that this is what it is. So, but you know, in a season like this, stakes are high, and but the fact remains that it is not the decision of the party. If you could tell Ghanaians, National Peace Council, you only come up when there's election and war drum starts beating.
No, we do. You see, we do more than that. I can tell you, as I speak with you today, we have over 700 cases in our 16 regional offices, currently engaged by officers, chieftaincy, land. You see, we are very busy almost every day. As I sit here, I don't know. You can ask my family. Even the Methodist Church is suffering. Because I don't give the time. I mean, I have been active from my infancy. But now I scarcely have the time to be active, to support the church in the way I would have wished to do.
But you are doing that, you are serving...
Yes, the nation, and I believe it's also service to God, to mankind. You see, so there are a lot that we do. We apart from being a peace institution, the international community would want to engage you almost at regular intervals. Today, for example, I had to receive a team from our diplomatic circles. And almost there's no month that will pass that you are not invited here or there, and to contribute. ECOWAS just spoke to me not too long ago. They want to have a program with us. United Nations Office for West Africa and the Sahel. About a month ago, we were in Tamale to organize a dialogue together with them. We have to come to Kumasi to do the same, and we are going to go to other places. So in between elections, we do a lot.
You mentioned land disputes.
Yes.
And then chieftaincy.
Yeah, chieftaincy.
You resolve issues of this nature?
Yeah, we do.
How is the process? What is the protocol?
No, we have, if you go to our website, we have all the complaint forms. In fact, a couple of protocols there that, for example, if you have a complaint against someone, you can use that and formally inform us. When we get the complaint, we can start the process to investigate, do preliminary assessment, whether what you brought us has enough ingredient that will meet the qualification for further investigations. When that is met, the councils, in the regions we call them the councils. And let me tell you, if you go to Central Region, Bishop Andam is our chairman.
I know Accra is
Accra is Bishop 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗪, yes. I think yesterday he was trying to reach me. So we work, and in Kumasi not too long ago, in fact, Bishop Abubakar, I think he is a past bishop of the Methodist Church. He's the chair, as I speak to you, in the Ashanti region. So the Methodist Church is also contributing quite well to promoting peace in our country. So the Peace Council has a mandate that probably we did not, or the initiators of the bill did not anticipate from the onset. Because the mandate, let me quickly inform our listeners, is to facilitate and develop mechanisms. So these are the two operating words: facilitate and develop mechanisms to prevent, to manage, and to resolve conflicts. The end results the law wants to see the Peace Council achieve is a sustainable peace in our country, Ghana.
Yeah.
You know, so we develop mechanisms such as this one. If you look at this Vigilantism and Related Offences Act, it was passed by Parliament.
Yeah.
But the Peace Council made a lot of input into this one. Yes. We have developed what we call the guidelines on intemperate language.
Yeah.
Because we believe that that is one key element that contributes to violence in our system. You see, so we have developed, we've shared with quite a number of institutions. I don't know whether WTV, if you don't have copies,
we are here to
please
get a copy.
And you can also get to our website. We have it on our website, www.peacecouncil.gov.gh. Yes, you can find it there. You know, so there are a lot of things we do. You know, peace is so fluid that one institution cannot do it all. We work together with our constituents, and our constituents is made up of the Christian Council of Ghana, which Methodist Church is, of course, one member, the Catholic Bishops' Conference, the Charismatics and the Christian Association, headed by, I think, Archbishop Duncan Williams. The Ghana Pentecostal Council, now headed by, I think, Apostle Apostle Nyameche.
Eric.
Yes, Eric Nyameche. I think before him was Apostle Pukunyina, who was, with us. The Ahmadiyya mission, when it comes to the Muslims, we have 3 representations from them. The Al-Sunnah, and the Tijaniya. I mean, always coming from the office of the Chief Imam. So we have one representation from African traditional religion. Yes, we have one. Then the law also gives one representation for our chiefs. So our chiefs have one representation. Now, as I speak to you, Nana, Dr. 𝗟𝗑𝗩𝗏 𝗪𝗧𝗪, is the representative of the National House of Chiefs. And he is a Methodist.
Yeah.
Yes. So the Peace Council is uniquely established by our country. And I would ask all Ghanaians, particularly those who call themselves Methodists, to get to know more about the National Peace Council and own the National Peace Council. It is for us.
Yes, but let me, Executive Secretary, sir.
Yes.
The council has been accused of adopting the firefighting approach. You wait till the fire is too much, then you come to quench it. Is it that you are not proactive? Is it why is that accusation anything to go by?
Well, you see, if I'm to score myself, I will give all the marks to myself. But I think I can be very close to the objective, and that is, we have not been, what word should I use? We've not been that dormant. We haven't at all. I think we've been very proactive. But the Peace Council's mandate, we are supposed to be the national mediators, or the institution that is set up by the state to serve as mediators. And a mediator is not supposed to be talking too much. I hope you believe that.
So you mediate behind the scenes?
No, not always behind the scenes. But if you're a mediator, even who mediates in the public, you have to keep some information to yourself. You must be discreet if you want to be successful as a mediator. For us, you are going to mediate between the NDC and the NPP. And my brother, you go public today, you will lose your gravitas. You will lose your influence. And the Peace Council can only exist when we are able to influence behavior. So we are very careful and measured in the way we confront issues in the public.
Rightly so.
Yes.
Rightly so. Let's look at elections in general as we approach. In fact, you've been doing this over the period. You've been doing this for some time now. Have you spotted some conflict zones as the elections are approaching? And how do you go about it? You conduct research in those areas and come out with remedies?
That's a good question. You see, as I speak to you, we have identified 23 hotspots.
23?
Yes,
already?
23, yes. I think the police has more. But we, per our estimation, have identified 23 hotspots. And this is how we do to prevent, any occurrence of degeneration of violence. We engage. And as I speak to you, today I received some group partners who are ready to support us. We are going to sign peace pacts in these identified hotspot constituencies. So we will go there first to dialogue, to let the people talk. Dialogue is very important in mediation or in any peace building matters. Let people talk, come out and speak their minds. And probably you may not understand my position until you hear me or you see my face. I remember ahead of the 2020 elections, I was in Kumasi, and we brought a category of stakeholders together. One person who had been insulting another person on air, hasn't seen the person before, and the first time they met, so what did now we did my terms radio and they became friends from that time. You see, so sometimes it helps to bring people together to engage, to dialogue. It is a method that is able to dismember, ideas that can lead to, violence and other things.
So these 23 spots that you've identified, so you have a plan, you have a strategy. We
are already there. We have regional offices who are working closely in those constituencies. And we next month is September. We are thinking of going to these constituencies to bring the candidates together to sign, to declare to the public their willingness and their belief, their commitment to ensuring peace before and after the election.
I'm very happy you mentioned about the candidates. I will just address an issue, then I'll come back, we'll look at the candidates. Some of these tensions arise as a result of electoral irregularities they have concerns about sometimes, the leadership style of certain people and certain state institutions that they look at. But viewers, we are still on the state, and we are talking or looking at the 2024 December elections, and we are looking at pursuing peace in the midst of mistrust. If the major political actors say we are not going to commit to this, what are they and what would they mean? Does it mean that the process is not effective and they are backing off, or what is the way forward? So we are looking at it that in the midst of mistrust, how do we go about it? And we have the Executive Secretary of the Peace Council with us. And we are glad to inform you that we have the Ghana Revenue Authority coming on board to join and be part of the state. Ghana Revenue Authority, know your tax objection procedures. Are you aware that you can object to a tax assessment given by the Ghana Revenue Authority? Do you know that when tax liabilities are established, you have 30 days on receipt of the letter to either make full payment or object to the assessment? There are steps to object to tax assessment. 1, put the objection in writing. State precisely the grounds on which the objection is being made to the Commissioner General. The objection shall not be dealt with unless you, the taxpayer, pay all, read my lips, all previous outstanding taxes, including payment of 30% of the tax in dispute. If you fail to pay the tax, or if you fail to pay the tax liability within a given period, the amount will attract interest of 125% of the statutory Bank of Ghana rate, compounded monthly and applied on the outstanding tax at start of the period. For further information on how to object to a tax assessment, you can go to www.gra.gov.gh or contact the nearest taxpayer service center. You can call to free number 2 on 0800 900 110 or email info@gra.gov.gf. Now you need to know your rights and obligations as a taxpayer. Do you know your rights? As a taxpayer, you have the right to fair tax assessment, to object or appeal a tax decision, assistance, information and being heard, your confidentiality and secrecy, quality service, refunds and reliefs, and fair representation. You also have the following obligations. So you now know your right to fair tax assessment, to object or appeal tax, to be assisted, to have confidentiality, to have quality service, to refunds and fair representation. You're also obliged to register for tax purposes, file returns on due date, pay taxes on due date, disclose complete and accurate information, maintain accurate records, make records available to GRA on request, display your VAT registration certificate conspicuously at your business premises, issue only the Commissioner General's VAT invoice, and then inform GRA of any change in your business. You can always access this information I've just read to you on www.gra.gov.gh, or you contact the nearest taxpayers service center or call the toll-free number 0800-900-110 or email info@gra.gov.gh. This information is from the Commissioner General. Uncle George.
Yes.
Back to our discussion, and we're discussing the hotspots,
yes,
let me call it so.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned the strategy. You're already there because your regional councils have started meeting and dialoguing with them. When you go to these spots, what are the issues? Are they about personalities, that is their candidates? Are they about, I really want the viewers to know what the issues that are brewing the tensions are.
Yes. So what we do is we assemble key actors, sometimes the state actors like the police, the military, agencies like the Cyber Commission, if they are there, like Ghana Immigration Service. We bring them sometimes to interface, probably with the political parties. With the last year, for example, we brought the key actors in our security agencies to engage with the leadership of the political parties at the regional levels. At other points, we've invited the leadership of the Council of Elders and to engage. So we have several phases of trying to engage at all levels. But at the hotspots, normally depending on the degree of the hotness, let me put it in quotes, we assemble a kind of people. Sometimes we strategize and categorize the stakeholders. If the tension is too much between the NDC and MPP, we can do caucuses. We engage with the NDC differently, engage with the MPP differently, and probably the other political parties who are present in those and active in those constituencies.
I wanted to know what really causes the tension. Has it got to do with the electoral process, or what leads to the tension?
Yeah, you see, it's all about what you've said, mistrust. You see, the trust deficit in our political landscape is a bit high. I mean, you find it in every competitive environment. But if it travels beyond a particular line, then we are getting ourselves into a problem, and that is the unfortunate thing happening. Indeed, amongst the political parties themselves, at a particular level, the trust is there.
Yeah.
But if you descend, particularly at the top, you see, because probably they were mates at school, but when it descends a bit low,
so it's at the grassroots level.
The grassroots is worse. You see, mistrust. The state institution, Peace Council has suffered this. But if you also go back to ask people, they would probably rate the Peace Council the most trusted. You see, the police service, the same thing. The judicial service. the Electoral Commission. So that issue of mistrust is deep in our political landscape, and we have to deal with it. And that, is what is creating the tension within the hotspots we have identified. Mistrust, sometimes even within the political parties themselves. Yes, I have had cause to intervene in a political party where the general secretary was not trusting the chair, where one chairman is not trusting the other chair. And
they extended an invitation to the Peace Council to come. Or yes. you heard of it and you went in to douse the fire?
We have encouraged them.
Okay.
That set up internal mechanisms to address your internal issues. Because when political parties are at peace with themselves, the spillover to other political parties and to the country is likely to reduce. So if it's like human beings, if you are at peace with your own self, it is difficult, to have difficulties with others. But when you yourself, you have internal, issues to address, normally the propensity to, extend those difficulties to the next person close to you is very high. So we have encouraged the political parties do internal, and some of them have started. NDC has now set up a directorate headed by my friend Amalba as the director for ADR. MPP, we are talking, and I know they are close to setting up a similar structure. Even now they have a structure, but we think that it can be coordinated well. You see, so that is what we encourage the parties to do.
I got you right there. When you mentioned NDC has the ADR, and then you mentioned NPP. I was hoping you mentioned another party.
Oh yeah, but we no, they are all there. But
these are the two major.
We cannot dispute that.
But the smaller ones, have there been calls where you needed to come?
Oh yes.
Do they have issues like that?
A lot. CPP, PNC, they've reached out to us. PNP has now broken. A part has broken out. Yes, the general secretary then, I think, is now in another party. So those even minority parties, they have issues. So we have encouraged them that develop internal methods for addressing your internal issues. When you are able to do that successfully, it reduces the spillover to the larger society.
I think it's a positive strategy.
And we are doing quite a lot, building the capacity here and there. Those ones people will not say.
People will not say. I think the Peace Council will need to let us know that they are really on the ground and they are working. So viewers, you are still on the state, and we have in our studios the Executive Secretary of National Peace Council, Mr. George Amoh, and we've been looking at pursuing peace in the midst of mistrust among the major political actors in the country. So we are coming from the context or background of recent pronouncements by the National Chairman of the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, questioning the effectiveness, as it were, of a peace pact or committing to it. So that is what we've been looking at. We will return to look at the way forward, expectation as the December elections approach. Stay with me. I'll take a quick break and I'm back soon.
The Christian Service University, a fully chartered private university in Ghana, is inviting applications for admission. Undergraduate programs include BSc Nursing and Midwifery, Computer Science, Information Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, BA Communication Studies, Planning and Social Development, and Theology with Administration. Postgraduate programs include MSc in Accounting and Finance, Monitoring and Evaluation, Corporate Planning and Governance. We have MA MPhil Communication Studies, MA Christian Ministry with Management, Event Management, MPhil English and Mathematics Education. With quality, faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, we blend academic work with entrepreneurial mindset in all our programs. For more information, please call 0246 275375, 0240-154825, or 0244-596603, or visit our website www.csuc.edu.gh. CSU is located at Odenaho Kwadaso on the Kumasi-Obuasi Road, 100 meters off Star Junction. Choose CSU today to secure the future of Africa.
And to make him better known. That's
Praise God, praise God. Christ in tea, you respond, yeah, addition. I'm excited to announce to you, friends in the Lord, are you seeking for a platform where you can pray? Open baby up a soul bomb pie. Now ninyami edi in kitahon. Bibi so. And I'm now the same kum. And you're coming home. Let's go into the prayer room on WTV every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. to meet seasoned ministers of God that God has raised to impact your life. Remember, John Wesley said, I have too much to do, therefore I spend several hours in prayer in able to do it. That is why we are calling upon you. Meet myself, Reverend 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗖, and the Evangelism Missionary Renewal Directorate as we lead you into the prayer room where we encounter Christ. And I believe your life will never be the same. Call your friends or loved ones every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. where we will encounter Christ. God bless you. See you on our screens on WTV every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. God bless you.
Lord, we pray that each and every one of us.
Welcome back. You are still on the States and we are discussing peace. Peace before, during, and after the 2024 elections. And in the studio with us is the Executive Secretary of National Peace Council, Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗎. Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗎, back to the studio just before we went on that quick recess. We were looking at some of the hotspots and what you have done. We are now going to look at the way forward, expectations from us and the other stakeholders regarding how we can maintain this peace. Because like I quoted in my intro, Martin Luther King said that we should learn to stay at peace with each other as brothers, or we perish as fools. We don't want the latter. We don't want to perish as fools. But before we ask the expectation, I want to find out, have you reached out to the NDC yet, based on the report, though we have had evidence to prove that it's not a party's position, but as a peace council proactively reached out since that statement came out? Yes,
we have tried to reach out to, some of these things you don't even want to
talk about them,
but we've tried to reach out to my uncle Johnson Asidun Ketia. We've tried to reach him, and the signal is positive.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell you, we have very cordial relations with not only the NDC, but MPP or the political party. They will tell you, just have some time and make the inquiries. So we've reached out to him. And I was particularly enthused when the former president came out to clarify the position.
Yeah.
Because yesterday I tried, like I told you in the dish and when we started, that I'd never heard, the chairman saying categorically that the NDC will not. I didn't hear that. I have watched quite a number of it. So I think it's refreshing. We will continue to engage with not only NDC but the MPP, the CPP, the PPP.
Yeah.
We think that is in the interest of our motherland.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
So we continue to engage.
Going forward, what is the plan?
Yes.
For before, during, and after.
Yes. Before, already we've done a lot of things. We've engaged almost all sections of our society. The TUC, we've engaged them. We've engaged the Chief Justice.
TUC?
Yes.
Okay, Trade Union.
Yeah, Union Congress. We've engaged the judiciary, indeed the Chief.
TUC because of labor unrest?
Yes.
And
No, labor issue, we need to cut the attention. If you're able to get the labor community in our country to buy into peace, we've achieved a lot.
Is it in the light of, you see recently there have been labor agitations from SITAG, from TEU, from this and that. Do they have effect on the election?
Yeah, they have. If the labor community rises up against the state today, I'm not sure the state can survive. No.
Right.
So it's important we have labor harmony. And we have the Labor Commission there, to support in that. But we, the Peace Council, we think that if we were able to get the labor community also to join hands with us, we would have done a lot. So the judicial service, the police service, the military command, students, leaders, even fisher folks. We have tried to reach as many sections of our society as possible. Probably let me inform you, on 23rd, I think, if my memory is correct, we are meeting editors.
News editors?
Yes, news editors. And we are going to do that in a number of places. But in Accra, and UTV, I throw invitation to you. The UTV, I throw the invitation to you.
We would love to be part of that.
Yeah, so if it doesn't come, please just remind me. You have to be there. We are trying to build that national consensus towards peace against violence. And we have set up what we have termed a committee to monitor hate words and languages, yes. And together, we've done that together with the Media Foundation for West Africa. So that monitors the media space and the proper, ways of trying to reduce, intemperate language in our way. I think this year is better than the years before.
Yes, comparatively.
Yeah. Yes, comparatively. So we are praying that we will continue in this.
I was going to ask you how you work together with the West African Media Foundation, because I know they do monitoring of intemperate language on the airways. So I'm glad you are working. Yeah, we work together with them. On 21st, again, we are having another important, joint activity with them. And we work closely with the Media Commission, our friend George Sapong and the chair, we work together. We work together because the peace work cannot be done by one institution. So we collaborate. That is what the law indeed obliges us to do. I was hoping I will read the law and
I will give you. I can give you copies. So we've also set up, a committee to monitor the political code of conduct that we have developed. The Peace Council has developed. It is on our website. It has been signed by all the 11 political parties. In July, we got them together and they signed on to this. So we have a committee that monitors the political landscape to see whether there are violations or there is any violation, of the Vigilantism and Related Offences Act. Yes. Because we developed this together. Yes, Act 999. So that committee is also in place and working. Yesterday was the first meeting I held. All the parties were there. National Security was there. The NDC was there. MPP was there. We have one representing the minority or the smaller parties. We have IDEC there. We have, which again, West African Network for Peace Building there. Kofi Annan is chairing. So that is a group we have also put together to ensure we're able to deal with, emerging issues. We are going to go around again.
So all these are before the election?
Before the elections. A lot. So we would have one dialogue in Cape Coast, one in Ho, in the Volta region. The last one we have here in Accra. We are doing this together with the UNOWAS, United Nations Office for West Africa and the Sahel. We are also having one in September. We want to do more education for those who are going to be active in the run-up to the elections, our security and the civil society groups. So ECOWAS is coming to support us to do that. So the first week of September, we are going to be in Mensvik Hotel to do that. We would, please remind me, I think I have to just note WTV somewhere so that you are always at our programs to cover.
We have a very wide range of coverage so that our people will also, just like you said, the church is committed and is already working with you because most of our bishops and ministers are chairing some of these regional councils. As WTV will also gladly come on board to make sure that we maintain peace and support you.
Thank you very much.
Perfectly. We make sure the vigilantism Act 999, as you have
I can give it to
offenses.
I can give it to you.
Yes, when I just curious to ask, do you have any biting power in case they do not abide by the code?
Yeah, the law has detailed remedies, detailed sanctions that will be meted out to anybody who breach the law. There are a number of them. If, for example, you form or organize or operate a vigilante group, or you promote the formation, organization, operation, or activities of any vigilante group, you can suffer the penalty of no less than 15 years imprisonment. Yes. You see, for laws, if you have not been police in so we just want to encourage Ghanaians. Let's prevent. I think it's important we educate the masses of our people to avoid committing the crimes indicated in this law. If you do, you can suffer penalties that can jeopardize your whole future. So we would spread the message here, and we want to encourage you, WTV, to do same for us, so that we educate our people to know the content, so that we don't fall, foul of, the provisions in this act.
We looking at the church. What is the expectation of the council of the church going into this election?
Yeah, indeed, the church is doing a lot. Let me even thank Presiding Bishop. He's been very, very supportive. Most Reverend Paul Boafo. The Peace Council has developed an MOU to sanitize religious intolerance in our schools, and he has been very active in that. Let me commend him for that. So we want to encourage the church to spend some time ahead of the election to educate our members. I am available. I will sacrifice for the church. Though very, very busy. But there are others. Bishop 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 is there. Like I've said, Bishop Andam is there. I think the senior is at Dansoman also. Yes, they are there. I mean, he is a peace man. So I think we have to use them to spread the message in this difficult time that we are before the elections. I would want to encourage all our ministers to spend, if you spend 2-3 minutes every Sunday, to do some education. I think it would be massive. I want to encourage our youth groups that let's just spend some time. Satellites is doing that, Satellite Methodist Church. They've invited me. I think it's positive. Yeah, and our minister, very Reverend Wesley Tego, is doing quite well in Pokwasi. Yes, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. That's where I am. So I want to encourage our ministers across the country to support the peace message. Yes, that is the message of Christ, I hope.
Message of Christ. Executive Secretary, National Peace Council, Mr. George Amu, thank you very much for coming on the show. And we hope that all the message that you are championing, Peace Council has been doing. It's grateful, and we hope that the mandate as it is carried out, and we have a free and fair election this year. So folks, it is time to say goodbye, and we appreciate sincerely your patronage. We do not take for granted, and we hope that our conversation with Peace Council this afternoon has helped you to appreciate and understand the issues, the mistrust in the political system. We know that the conversation will continue. Keep talking about it. Keep preaching peace. Remember that Mr. Mo has mentioned that there is a Vigilantism and Related Offences Act, Act 999. Make sure we are not caught on the wrong side of the law. Let's preach peace. Martin Luther King said that let us learn to live as brothers, or we perish as fools. Peace is what we preach, and let the conversation go on. Still well rested? We are back on Monday. Goodbye.